But E-Boys are kind of built for these quick pickoffs, aren't they? Like, they can very, very quickly make this a 4v5 fight, even with all this save, you know, assuming that we can get a silence onto the Tusk and not initiate onto the ABBA. I really, really like their odds as far as E-Boys. A quick little pick off into a good team fight, especially because they can choose to disengage pretty darn quickly. Everyone but the Beastmaster has some form of either being very fast and speedy, like Luna with her move speed, or some way to just, you know, Sakuchi away, a blink, Beastmaster. You know, he'll be left in the dust, but that's fine. He's got natural speed, doesn't he?
Yeah. I like that you mentioned that, actually, because you make a really good point where E-Boy's draft has two distinct playstyles. Has one you mentioned, which is this hunting kind of, you know, ganking, single target, bursting playstyle. And the other one is the Death Ball with Luna once she comes online, right? And the Death Ball inherently deals really well with save, because as long as you're running into the enemy, save is not that useful. Save is useful only when the enemy is like really pushing the envelope and trying to get a quick kill. So as long as this hunting playstyle works in the early, where people are more spread out and it might be more relevant for you, and save might not be that big a deal just yet, and then you get enough items on the Luna, you start to deal naturally with 5ManMidas's progression as a draft. So I like it a lot. I actually think it's a really good draft by E-Boys, to be honest.
Yep. Right? He is not going to get the rune, pardon me, either. That's a little bit unfortunate. He tried like very hard to find a way to get some sort of advantage here. Unfortunately, he was scouted by this ward. We'll see if he has an idea that this one's placed down, because that was some pretty suspicious movement from E-Boys, if there wasn't a ward there.
If he had gone for boars, I think that he would have killed a ban, to be honest, because ban is really weak to boars. But he went for access to secure the last hit, which, fair enough. I'm not going to blame a Beastmaster that does this. But it's also a very pub build, right? I think in pub securing the range last is 10 times more important than in a pro game where, you know, there's more chances to recover.
Ray might still be dead? No, he's going to get away.
Again, you only have access, right? They barely deal any damage at level 1. I think it's 80 damage. Yeah, 80 damage. It's whatever. You're not going to kill on a pub.
Pardon me. Oklahoma mid lane, already doing a good job. He secured the entire first wave. Now he's got the points in the Shadow Strike. There's going to be range creep number 2 of 2. So doing a pretty darn good job so far. 2 denies as well to boot.
Yeah, I think this matchup is very quad favored, or it's slightly quad favored, I guess. I know that the Ember can technically avoid with Sleight of Fist, but that is harder and harder as cops get better as well. I feel like you're asking a lot out of your mid laner, and I would not blame RL for messing that up, honestly. And Flame Guard protects you a little bit against Shadow Strike damage, but now that it gives healing to the Quap, it's beneficial regardless to this hero, so that's why it changed the matchup a fair amount. And yeah, I just feel like the best way to deal with Quap these days is bad heroes, honestly, like DK. Like if you don't have the Puck or the Lina, it's heroes like DK that can just face check the Quap and not have to worry about playing the lane well.
Oh, Murdoch might be in some trouble here. There's going to be the tag team. Bolo looking for that one last auto attack. Will have it there for the first blood. He's going to drop in return as the Swarm Beetle's reducing his armor. Tower will chunk him down. He'll go on over to Albino Zebra. But a big moment there. Murdoch, you know what the thing that got him killed was as well? The simple overextension was him just focusing onto the range creep. He really wanted that last hit with the Elusive Beam, and 5ManMidas just make the jump immediately after.
Yeah, it's one of the weaknesses of having the Weaver 5, right? Despite this hero, I've talked, you know, at length as to how strong this hero is. It has no defensive capabilities, right? So once they dive you like that, that's why it's usually played as a 4 on top of the fact that they once farm. You're just really good in the lane, the harassing and everything, but if they go on your carry, all you can do is kind of attack the Tusk and pray Tusk leaves him alone.
Yep.
There's nothing else. Yeah. And Tusk has a fair amount of armor. DP is not going to overextend. She also has a decent amount of armor, to be honest, so you're not going to be able to burst anyone down.
You're not usually that scared of like leaving a Weaver alive, you know? Oh, they're going to go again for Murdoch. Like, you're like, all right, Weaver, what are you going to do about this, right? Murdoch, he's going down very quickly. The Ice Shards again, they're going to get it. Sure, you might get Bolo in return, but whatever. We'll take those trades 7 days out of the week.
Yeah, not 6 days.
7.
Not 8. It's got to be the whole 7.
No, they're going to take those any day that ends in Y, as RRL is going to get a kill mid lane.
Well done, RL. That was impressive. I think that's actually have you fixed this lane. Usually, though, it's with a point in searing chains, right? Like, usually you see an opportunity, and you go, you know what, I'll put a 1 point in searing chains. Didn't need it. Actually got the kill regardless, so really well played by RL. Showcasing why this guy was considered a pretty powerful mid even when they were in Div 1.
Yep. And something I mean, you're completely right about this matchup. I think this matchup at least is a little bit better for Ember because the only reason we're seeing as much Ember as we are is because Flameguard got some fairly significant buffs, at least in the laning stage, you know? Increasing the magic you can absorb by quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, that always helps a little bit, as 5ManMidas will rotate both supports mid lane for the 4-minute water runes. Oklahoma in trouble, as he does not have Blink leveled, and 5ManMidas are going to be very quick to take advantage of that. RL, though, is again going to be traded away. Albino Zebra looking for another one onto Bolo. Bolo, wherever you go, I will follow you to the end of the earth. I have my urn now. Come here. But the healing from Ray is going to keep him alive. Bolo trying to play a little bit fancy around the tier 1 tower. They've missed the Shadow Realm projectile, but they still get the kill, and they still get the 2 urn charges refilled. Okay, so the cores are having a bad game, but Weaver's having a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, 2 kills on Bolo, really nice rotation there. Oklahoma doesn't have the TP, though, to come back into lane, whereas RL does, so it's still a huge win for 5ManMidas, right? That TP particularly. Not only does RL get the experience out of that kill, so that's already a win in itself, but the lack of TP. Albino Zebra has to really make up with this farm he's getting. He's also sacrificing Luna's farm by having to rotate, which, again, understandable, but it's making life harder for Murdoch. So it's either going to be... I mean, it's got to be the gank squad that kind of makes this work with Speed once it gets Helm. And Speed is going to be going for a kill here on Lies. There is a Cursed Crown on top of it. Ray is coming by. He does the Athletic Shield, a little bit of healing on top of that, and a body block, which makes it impossible for the Boars to get to him. The Boar is, in fact, being attacked by the Creeps. The Boar will die to the Creeps. Speed will sadly have to retreat.
Yeah, and Oklahoma's learned. He's going to go ahead and take a point in Blink. Not wasting any more time. Down bottom, once again, they're just going to go for Murdoch. They missed the Swarm. Oh, no, sorry. It's hit Bolo, pardon me. Bolo still chasing down Murdoch. They need vision for the kill, and there's going to be that last Crypt Swarm. That'll do it. 3 points in that ability already. With the medallion up, it's the minus armor versus minus armor. Little boy is going to be a bit stronger, and it still has 13 wand charges. Albino Zebra is going to turn, apply the urn charge, be picked up by the Crypt Swarm, and he's going to be fine here. And okay, this offlane from 5ManMidas is going places.
Yeah, frankly, I don't know if this offlane should have gone as well. There's not much synergy necessarily between DP and Tusk, besides the fact that they're just both strong heroes. But, you know, it's been destroying them. Again, the Weaver 5 hasn't been working as well as they wanted to. Little boy with a medallion as well makes life really difficult for the Weaver to kill him and for the Luna to exist in this lane. And we're going to have a moment to recover, which has to be off the back of Speed. Yep. And I feel like I've said this phrase before with this team. It feels like they are often finding themselves in this position where Speed has to now overperform to make up for the early game.
I also really like the medallion pickup, you know, even though it's not the most minus armor in the world, you know. It's something that is going to help your gyro, especially because as I look at this E-Boys lineup, I don't see any core, Luna, you know, a Quap, neither of those an AC carrier, right? A Crimson, a terrible item. So, you know, any minus armor that's actually going to stick around in team fights is going to help out your gyro quite a bit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Little push down bottom of the Exorcism, in addition to Beastmaster trying the same thing, but he doesn't have the Helm of the Dominator. That really sucks, actually. This small timing. Yeah, actually, this small timing might matter a lot here for 5ManMidas, as they're going to be able to increase their map pressure without doing the same for the enemy. Primal Roar committed for Ray. They just want to make sure they get a single kill, and if you Primal Roar anyone else, they just get a Athletic Shield.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yep. Exo has taken that first tower, and although the rotation top lane, Ember only gets a single boar out from it, he does at least stop the push, and I think that's, of course, the most important thing there with his rotation. Bolo and Albino Zebra are going to say hi to each other. 8-minute power runes. It's both, again, everyone's mid lane to contest. It will spawn top, and it's an Invis rune into the bottle for Ember Spirit.
Okay. Not put to use anytime soon, because the Cursed Crown stops him and the whole of E-Boys retreats. And now that Speed finally has his creep, he can go and take the tower. However, because Little Boy took it earlier, he's already putting pressure in this bottom lane. I wonder if Little Boy will go for the full solar this game. It is a pretty old build on DP, but I guess For offlane DP, it's a bit more viable these days.
Yeah, and I mean, his farm is going to be pretty incredible. He's the richest hero in the game. He's going to have a lot of room to farm. He's max Crypt Storm. Nothing wrong with it. You know, you don't need the point in silence too badly right now. And he's going to join his team now as they continue to siege this mid-tier 1 tower. He's going to farm so fast. Ever since we casted that Beast Coast game the other day, I've put a lot more respect onto this ability, Crypt Storm. It's a lot of damage.
Honestly. People usually think of the Spirit Siphon for DP, right?
Yep.
Sometimes even the Silence,
Yep.
but you're like, mate, she has a 300 damage nuke and a 5-second cooldown.
Yeah, with a 2-second cooldown reduction at level 15.
Dire's top tower
It's very mana heavy, you know, granted, but if you got the mana, it works.
DP is not a hero that usually has that many problems. I actually love the Falcon Blade pickup though for that very reason, right? I think Falcon Blade is mainly picked up on heroes for the for the mono regen. Nobody cares about the other aspects, but they're also nice, right? There's just extra stats for the DP.
Yeah, I think the HP is not bad, right? I mean, 200 HP, that's the same as an Ogre Axe. It's how much is this item's what, like 1,200 gold anyway? It's a huge value item. And it is going to be the full Solar Crest as well, speaking of value items for the DP.
Yep. I liked it a lot actually. I think that the Soul Crest is... So in case you guys don't know the history of this build, it was used to be built, or it became a popular build on mid DPs actually, because mid DPs could no longer secure the lane. It became such a popular pick, they people learned to deal with it in lane, either with picks or whatever, and so they would start to actually have much worse lanes than they were expecting, and with less farm came more responsibility. And so they had to build cheaper items that would still allow them to be really impactful, and Solar Crest was the choice, as it's just ridiculously impactful with Exorcism, right?
They're gonna
so it actually is really, really powerful.
Good Ice Shards. I don't think it saves him, however. It's going to get a snowball off at the very least, but there's no rotations coming. And in fact, it's only the Quap here to secure the kill.
You know what I'd like to see, by the way, on top of this Solar Crest, if we're actually like fully come into this offlane DP kind of utility build?
What's that?
A Veil.
Ah.
Yeah, because we found out the other day it actually amplifies Exorcism, so...
Yeah, although apparently, you know, I did check this out. Hold on, Murdoch is in a lot of trouble. Oh, he is just dead. He is just dead. Wow. Although I found out Gabe, he lied to me. Gabe, I know you're watching this Division 2 broadcast right now. You know, show yourself, you coward. No, but he also told me that Veil would amplify Death Ward's damage, and that is simply not true.
I know.
I lost 300 MMR for that.
How many matches you have tried it to realize? Anyway, speed. No, oh, they do find him with a water sponge. Oh, because the broom handle, they managed to catch up to him. However, that ended up being bad for Bolo, who might just die if Onyx Shield saves him up. Little boy. Now he's trying to continue his charge. Once again, the creep in the board is annoying. Here comes RL. They've killed off Bolo. They really want speed. Terrorize will hit. Little boy now in trouble. They're finding the RL. He has no escape because of that sonic wave. As Little boy decides to fight these guys instead. Hits the brambles though. Albino Zero's committing for the skill. The Shikuchi extra bit of damage. He hits the creep instead. There's a time lapse into the silence though. Little boy might get a couple of seconds here to get away. There's a Curse Crown available. They use the creep to their favor. Little boy is tanking an absurd amount of damage. Almost kills Oklahoma, but finally the Bedlam gets him. And he's going to go down.
Wow, that was a little bit overly optimistic from 5ManMidas. I can't believe they dove that far. They're going to get Ray as well here, looks like. Buying a Zebra, Bolo nearby, Snowball save not in time. Abana is now up to level 9, and has no time lapse, but can still just Sakuchi away. See you later. Like I was saying, pardon me, this is a team that does fight better over time, but we're still in that phase where I would say that E-Boys just have better spells, especially this Queen of Pain, you know, having max Scream of Pain. So every single time she gets one of these screams off, even if it just hits 1 or 2 heroes, she's going to be doing way more damage than you're doing, especially if you're not committing the Exo, especially if Gyrocopter's not there. And speaking of Gyro Avo, because we haven't really checked up on him too much, he is going for the maximum farm build, already 4 points to attributes, max Flak Cannon, and no points in Rock Barrage.
I'd even do a Crystallis, which has replaced Yasha a bit on these kind of builds on the Gyro. Silence and Blue, by the way. Or minus 0 will die. I will agree with you in that the spell point that you were making, that until you get level 12 on DP, I don't think you really can afford to take these fights as easily. But Tusk might be able to turn this around. Like, if you know the enemy team has no TP spot, or they're in, like, a bit overextended or whatever, Tusk is great at punishing this, right? He's really, really strong at that.
Very true.
But as the team fight becomes a 5-on-5, I think you lose a lot of power, especially now with the Helm of the Dom on speed.
I'll even give you a +1 there. I think that maybe DP, it's excusable to go that far if you were chasing someone else and not the Beastmaster, because there's only one good Spirit Siphon target this game, and it's Beastmaster. Everyone else has, like, no HP. But Beastmaster was all the way out of that fight because he was the initial kill target, so you weren't really lifestealing that much off of anyone. They're going to kill Murdoch again mid, or they're going to try. They're going to kill.
Murdoch is going to die first, and then Albino Zebra will join him in the graveyard. Little boy, this time he did commit the EXO. Sure, it might just be level 1, but you still don't want to stand there in the middle of it. Especially with a solo quest completed. Little boy is honestly dominating this early game. Oh, on the point of the EXO, by the way, that apparently is just a really odd spell animation. So all those things are actually, like, it's like an odd spell animation. And I looked it up, and it was had to do because of the, it's based on the Crypt Swarm. Ha, interesting. That was the name of the ability for the Warcraft 3 hero, the Crypt Lord. That was his ultimate. And they were like, it's similar to this, except there were bugs, right? And because of that, it actually gets amplified like a normal spell in every sense of the word. So Kaya amplifies it. That's why Sanjin Kaya is such a good build. Veil Discord amplifies it.
But
so does all the physical damage. You can spell lifesteal.
Spell lifesteal, yes, thank you. Thank you. That's a key correction.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, casual Exo there just to secure the kill onto Murdoch. I mean, you know, it may be a bit overkill, sure. However, you know, it's not like I think E-Boys can really afford to go for a Roshan play here. I mean, Lies is having the perfect carry game. He's 0-0-0. He's got 174 CS in 15 minutes. Man's out here to hit creeps. And he's doing it. And he's the richest hero in the game by a long shot. I think, you know, if you are going to pick the Gyrocopter into the Luna, you better give him plenty of space. Bray could use a bit of space as he's going to pop borrowed time, be pulled back, healed to full HP, pardon me, but still he's going to go down just as easily. Willow now, she will be dropping, but Bolo is going to be caught inside the parameters at the very least. Gets off a Walrus Punch onto speed. So he's continuing to push this tower. Buyback now committed here from the Tusk. The TP's back on in, and the DP is going to be joining them. A dispatch of the tower before the Fortify can protect it, so that's Tier 1 tower is going to stay alive at least until Electronic Boys push again. And with this buyback here, they are looking for Roshan. Tag team now maxed. Lies with the Crystallis and the Ag Scepter, as well as the Solar Crest. They're going to make pretty quick work of this.
Oh, well, that's going to be a relatively quick Roshan. Electronic Boys will then have to deal with this Roshan timing together with extra level 2, which is finally up, by the way, in 4 seconds. Oh, in fact, maybe not, because they actually got a really nice Terrorize with that Bramwise on top of that RL. Covers the potential retreat. They're going for Albino Zebra next. Glowing Missile will hit. RL's doing a lot of damage. Glowing Missile might just condemn him. Albino Zebra does not go down. They concentrate instead on the Roshan. They get the Aegis here on the Gyro. I think this might now be the timing for 5ManMidas. That now they're a bit too strong. I don't know how Electronic Boys can fight this anymore.
Yeah, luckily
next, like, 5 minutes.
You've got some pretty good split pushers, right? So they can look to try and delay this. It's going to be, I mean, the real issue is now, you know, this Gyrocopter is going to be just an item up on this Luna. There's not really much I think you can do about it. Unless E-Boys can find just an amazing initiation here. A dive back onto Tusk would slow things down here quite a bit. That's why they commit the Sonic Wave. See you later. I like that play quite a bit from E-Boys. Nicely done. Dead for a minute. That's going to slow this push and force the Gyro to farm a little bit more defensively rather than him take all your farm. And in fact, they're going to smoke up. They're going to go for another one here without a Sonic Wave. Who can they find?
Yeah, they gotta just get a Primal Roar and hope for that Abaddon is not around. But, oh, they found Abaddon. So they have to just force that ultimate. Lies. Okay. The Aphotic Shield has been used. Not wanting to waste the Primal Roar. Oh, okay. Never mind. He did want to waste it. And that's exactly what he was expecting, which is just gonna get spelled with the Aphotic Shield.
Yeah. Strange play from E-Boys. Again, I wasn't really sure who they were trying to able to catch. Again, I liked the kill onto the Tusk. Forces him back a little bit, allows you to farm your own jungle, and you know that's all you really need right now. It's I think a bit hasty to look for anything more. More than that, just start cutting waves, send this Weaver, you know, out and try and keep this tier 2 alive as long as possible. You got top wave shoving in very nicely for Murdoch, who should have a BKB on the way, or at least the Mithril Hammer. Yeah, sorry, pardon me, the recipe. He's already got the Mithril Hammer, and he can disassemble the Dragon Lance. Remember when I couldn't say that word? Good times.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, you keep saying dissemble, which is a completely different word. I'm glad you've learned, though.
I've learned English.
No.
It's only my first language.
Some would say you're only.
Also Menos.
BKB has been picked up here on Murdoch, so this might give him. I wonder if this BKB is just too early, to be honest with you. Usually I'm a fan of early BKBs, but like, you know, what does it do here? Against Exo, against Gyro's physical damage? Can you fight with this BKB? I don't think so. And you can't farm any faster with it, right?
I agree. Like, but yeah.
I mean, even with Dragonlance, right? Even if it hadn't disassembled it, it's still. I don't know. It seems like a very desperate play here, just trying to get back into the game.
Oklahoma, no. No, not in that order. Snowball stuns. Oh, no, he's going to die.
What happened? Sorry, I didn't check.
Yeah, it's okay.
They just lost Aegis,
They
though?
did?
They just lost Aegis. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Okay, there's no BKB on the gyro.
Great terrorize.
Lies. Yeah, Lies is hoping he hit a BKB now. In fact, RL comes in as Lies just died. They're going for speed here. Little boy actually cannot beat Murdoch. I was wrong about this BKB. It's working nicely for Murdoch. However, he will die towards the end, but Little boy will be falling as a result. No, the Abaddon keeps him alive. What a play by Ray here. Little boy doesn't die, and I was not wrong. Garbage BKB, easy kill. The real carries Little boy. Who cares about Lies?
Yeah, and that was kind of, you know, as I said earlier in this game, this is a 5-man lineup here for 5ManMidas that you have 3 cores that are all going to do significant damage if they're left alone in the team fights. Right now, we can see Luna. It seems like they have enough damage, basically, E-Boys, for 2 cores, right? Why do I say that? Well, it's because they killed Gyro twice, right? And then literally no damage onto Ember, and good damage onto Little Boy, but not enough to kill him. Not into the amount of save that they have, right? Maybe if the Quap was still alive and hadn't died top lane, it could have gone a little bit better. But that is a significant problem that E-Boys, they have to grapple with here. Of course, this is a draft they much would have rather played from ahead. Like you said, this is a good snowballing lineup. It's a good way to counter all of the save, but they are starting to really struggle to take these fights.
Yep. They go for RL, bounce the bait. Yes, it was. Ray's going by to help RL a little bit more. He does fall on a wave. Bolo will die first. Never mind, it was not a bait. They baited themselves into that fight. As now you lost 2. A third one was Ray because they had a nice little Yulcifer there. And you got nothing in return. And I question what the point of that was, because the immediate counter initiation by Tusk and the Abaddon shows that they wanted to fight that, right? Like they did. They had that in their mind.
Yeah.
But they had no plan B after.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. It could have been like, don't worry, my lady, I'll save you play from both of the supports. Neither of those cores were too interested in fighting. Gyro, you know, he just died. He wants to start farming again, wants to get this Satanic, presumably online, as he's got Reaver in the quick buy. And DP doesn't have Exo, was just finishing up the BKB, has finished up the BKB, pardon me, and doesn't have the Exo. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe just a kind of save your core syndrome there coming into play. Oh, wow, full Satanic already. 22 minutes Satanic, wow. I mean, I guess it's just Chrysalis and Ag, so. Still, though, that might be enough for him to live through the damage that E-Boys have for him.
Yes. You know what also might help is not initiating alone when your team is not nearby. I don't know about that, but like I have an inkling that might be the biggest issue that we
could
had.
Be. You know what? You might be onto something there.
Yep. The BKB is also going to help a fair amount, obviously. Yep, that was really good by Blind Seeker. He has really good farm, by the way, for being a 5-8. Both supports on their side are actually more farm. Ooh, how does he get up to the high ground? Do they have any sort of force staff or anything? No, he's just gonna walk through. He's just gonna walk right through the call down, and he's gonna die as a result. Zis will just be a collateral damage at this point, as they force the time lapse on the Weaver. Now Exo Little Boy just got the level 3. This is a very big deal, this Exo.
Yeah. The wagon as well is going to, of course, stop backdoor from kicking on in. Not like there's anyone winning waves anyway, as there's going to be some fresh reinforcements. The jump onto the Weaver, they're just going to blow him up. Doesn't have time left. See you later.
do they continue this? I guess there's no more tier 2s. I was like, all right. It's this awkward thing where you destroy the enemy, you demolish them and want to destroy their base, but you're like, actually, we forgot to take all the outer towers.
Something I really quickly want to say about this lineup as well for E-Boys, and it's maybe going to sound a little bit like Flame, but I'm going to start by saying this is some of...
Are you listening, Quake?
This is some of the... Yeah, my MMR, by the way, 4,500, okay? Anyway, so this is one of the teams that I've constantly been impressed with the support duo because they play so darn well together when they have heroes that can play well together. I have to say, the synergy between a Weaver and a Dark Willow, even though they're individually very strong heroes, leaves a little bit to be desired compared to like a Clockwork and, I don't know, an ET or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think it's the worst support combo, but I do agree that we don't have like any sort of combo. This, I say combos in combination, but there's not like a wombo combo from the supports.
Yeah.
Lies really wants to get this kill on Ziz. I think he's certainly going to find it. They just leave Ziz behind. That was though as well, right? That was actually E-Boys' fight to win. Of course, they went for low to high ground, so that was the right option to retreat. But once again, not the ideal situation. It's another wasted resource, and 5ManMidas is getting more and more time to farm. At this point, they've also done a really good job of accepting that Little Boy is the strongest hero in the game and start to itemize him as more of a mid laner with the Shivas and BKB. And now he becomes, honestly, an unkillable threat. I don't really know how to deal with this DP anymore. Especially because he's, once he hits level 20, that 400 HP talent is just ridiculous.
10, no. Yeah, it is. No, it's 20, isn't it? That's 20 free Ogre Axes. So many.
No, isn't one Ogre Axe 160?
One Ogre Axe is, what is it?
Yeah, it's 160, or 180 rather.
No, it's 10 strength, right?
Yes, and each strength is 18 or 16 points.
No, each strength is 20 HP.
Oh, it's 20.
Yeah.
So it's 2 Ogre Axes.
Oh yeah, it's only 2 Ogre Axes. That's not that. That's I mean, it's still...
It's a fair amount, but like, why was your math so off?
I'm not really sure.
you put the comma in the wrong spot there.
I really did. Yeah, I was off by a factor of 10. You know.
Yeah, right. Like the whole order of magnitude.
I still get half points for that answer, Professor.
Yes, that's what they would do in my school. The process is correct, but he is also a moron. But yeah, I keep forgetting because strength it used to be 16, then they up to 18, and now 20, which is a round nice number. And now I can't show off my math anymore because calculating with 20 is rather easy. He is going to be going for a Sanj as well in case he needed that extra 20 strength. So that's going to be 800 HP in total that he gets from that in the talent. And he didn't take the talent just yet, though.
I can't show off my math either.
He took a talent now. And I'm assuming this is going to be a Heaven's Halberd. Like, Kaya Sanj is pretty decent, but if you go Heaven's Halberd now, you can fully nullify the Luna. And I don't think you need the Kaya Sanj necessarily. I think late gaming Heaven's Halberd is actually really brutal, especially if the BKB hasn't been able to really show off its use yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up these stats here, by the way, but the most played hero for E-Boys by far and away is the
MP?
Clockwork. 15 picks, not too far behind its Grimstroke with 9 picks. You know, they've only played how many games together? Quite a few on this Dota buff page. Something like 60 games together. But a lot of those Clockwork and Grimstroke games have been this DPC season. 2 supports that still lane together nicely, or still lane individually nicely together and play together very strong. And that's always what I'm used to seeing from E-Boys. Hence my comments earlier, just to kind of back it up a little bit with a little bit of pudding.
No, I see what you mean. I don't think that the support's necessarily the issue with this game. I think the issue from this game, again, no flame, but the lane shouldn't have gone as bad as they did.
Oh,
they
wait,
just kinda...
Roshan won! Yes, Ray. Yes!
Good job, Ray. The lanes went really badly for E-Boys, and then from then the snowball from 5ManMidas was really easy. The only lane that didn't go too badly was speed, but it still wasn't a dominant lane by any means. And so then you had to go in full recovery mode. Oh no, Oklahoma. Testing the BKB is fine, but not as you start to smoke.
It's okay. They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah, it's a bait. It's a bait.
You know,
will never expect that you won't activate BKB.
As Shiver said, you know.
As Shiver said, Puppy said. Actually, as Seek and Strike said, Shiver said, Puppy said.
It's not about the BKB. It's about the threat of the BKB. They don't know. They don't know.
Yes, they also don't know because they might just not check his inventory. It'll be like, oh, he had one?
Yeah, pretty much. And there goes Roche. X shard on the ground. Liza's like, I don't even want that, man. I don't even have rocket barrage level. That thing's useless.
Are they gonna give it to Bolo? I don't think it's
Dire's
just a pretty
middle
bad
tower
shards
is
overall.
under attack.
I think that actually you give it to Little Boy, right?
I agree.
Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
It's no longer.
Yeah,
oh, holy moly! Oh, they're just gonna kill a Weaver. They're gonna try. They...
I think they got her.
Ah, see, that's why you
Okay,
could Bolo
RL.
the shard. He would have had him.
RL. There you go. Finally. They also. Oh no! They got Oklahoma by accident. Oh no! And he doesn't BKB in 1 second though.
Okay.
I guess he's fine. That was just a mean play. Lies, though, is deciding to use this time to just initiate onto speed. Can Lies catch up to speed? He is quite fast. Is he fast enough? Speed with the Essence Ring? No. That plus the drums is actually going to save him. He did buy drums and used a single charge there. Lies, though, sees Murdoch, and he's like, okay, I guess we'll just go for the Luna instead. She has BKB herself. He has the Tactics and the
All the
Aegis.
damage.
But he's unable to heal Sonic Wave. He's
Okay.
actually dealing with Lies
Okay.
because that's Scotty. And Little Boy struggling to heal as well. And once again, thanks to Scotty, they need some help from him. They got none. Holy Missile being used now on Murdoch as he gets stopped by a tag team. Now they finally get Murdoch, who stayed too long to fight. But that was because also RL was creating some space in the backlines. RL was suffering from the Bedlam. Has enough kills to get away with a slight of fist to avoid some of the Bedlam damage. Instead, they'll go for the tower and decide to leave this fight alone. That was way too big a dive and way too dangerous. Scotty doing work there.
Scotty doing work. Lies doesn't have a BKB, still has a Satanic, and without the threat of the Scotty, I still think he's pretty nigh untouchable here. Yeah, see you later, Ziz. I don't care if you're in the Shadow Realm. We just beat you in this Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. Down you go. Lies assembled Exodia on him. That's all Pot of Greed. There we go. That's all the Yu-Gi-Oh! I know, unfortunately. I wasn't cool enough to collect the cards.
Well, you see, Pot of Greed, Seek and Strike, what it does is allows you to drop 2 cards. 2 cards, Avo? Yes, 2 cards, Seek and Strike.
Very important that you explain that to me every single time as well. I know that's the meme as well.
To be honest, when you were a kid, it was like so hype. It was like they would do Pot of Greed, and you'd be like, oh my god, it allows you to draw 2 cards. You're afraid of like 2 cards, Avo. You like 2 cards. It was awesome. My favorite like trope or character in anime is that one kid or sometimes it's either kid, announcer, or old man that will explain all the action happening as if you were blind. Like anime is the kind of thing where you'll get some like main character dying, and then this announcer will call, "I think he's dying," and break the whole drama that's happening.
You know the cinema concept of show don't tell. You know they're still learning. Okay,
Yeah.
they're still learning.
Yeah. I mean, look, in manga, it's necessary because sometimes you can't tell what action's going on.
Sure.
But then when they add it to the anime, it just doesn't make any sense because you can totally tell what's going on, especially in fights.
Maybe it's for the people that just they have all the anime playing all day. You know, they just got Crunchyroll on repeat or whatever, and they're playing Dota on their main screen. Or
Because, of course, if that's the case, that's 100% Japanese speakers as well. Like those weebs are next level. Look, as they do that, they also drop an "ayayaya" for 5ManMidas.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. They know.
They know.
You know, as a kid, I thought that real life also had those kind of people whose job was to explain things. That's why I became a caster.
Oh my gosh.
It was my
Yeah.
goal the whole time.
And that's why we just never talk about the Dota 2 game, because Oliver, he's very confused. He was like, wow, I want to do that, but obviously everyone knows what's going on, so I'll just talk about everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I talk about life instead.
Oh, Oklahoma and Albino Zebra. They're going to be able to escape Bola.
Yep. This is a moment of awkwardness for 5ManMidas, so they just need to make sure that they don't have this moment of awkwardness extended, because they've had this issue before where they're winning by a lot, all of a sudden they go, what were we doing again? Farming,
Yep.
right? And I do the NA thing where they wait till minute 60. I mean, don't post necessarily
Well,
now.
I mean, there's a DD run, so you might as well.
Are they really going to kill Murdoch straight up like this? Sonic Wave? I don't think so. I think
Satanic's
Rise is in
ready.
trouble. The Satanic is ready. The Scotty is stopping someone that killing. The Satanic active will do the trick there. And that's going to destroy Murdoch and Oklahoma. Fighting head on was not the right choice. Not against that DT that you mentioned. So 5ManMidas, the right play entirely. as Murdoch comes back in. No BKB, by the way, on this guy.
Murdoch.
He just looks and beam himself. He's just gonna die.
That's it.
He's just gonna die, Richie. That's it, GG.
GG. Yeah, he had two kind of key items there. I love that little remnant play by RRL. Pretty flashy. You're supposed to do that when the throne explodes. Yeah, they're picking him because like you messed it up, man. But I really like that play because they did have a key